Welcome to AM Best Audio. Atmospheric rivers are causing excessive rain and snowfall in the western United States and Canada, leading to hazardous flood risks. It's been a situation that has not escaped the attention of the insurance industry. I'm John Weber for AM Best Audio. I'm speaking today with John Dickson. John is president and CEO of Aon Edge, a private flood insurance provider. John, so glad you could speak with us today.
Thanks for having me, John.
So, John, until about a year ago, I never even heard of the term atmospheric river. What exactly is it? And is this a new phenomenon?
Actually, it's not new. It's been around for quite some time, but the occurrence has been happening with increasing frequency. Basically, the atmospheric river is where the upper atmosphere holds tremendous amounts of moisture. Think about the Mississippi River times 10 flowing through the upper layers of the atmosphere, and then in the right environmental conditions, that moisture flowing through the jet stream is deployed as rain, and sometimes in intense rainfall instances.
So, what are the dangers of these atmospheric rivers?
Well, it is the discharge. When the atmospheric river dumps prodigious rainfall, bad things happen. And as I said, it's been happening with greater and greater frequency. And you think about today's flooding events, by and large, today's flooding events are characterized by rainfall. Historically, we thought about flooding in terms of storm surge, coming along our coastal areas, rising rivers or rising lakes. But today, it is rainfall, and it turns out it can rain anywhere. And so what is happening with these atmospheric rivers is the increased risk of flood is rapidly expanding across the country, touching every property.
So, how is the insurance industry viewing and adapting to atmospheric rivers?
Well, I think you look at what's happening, and you mentioned, a year ago, 5 years ago, we weren't talking about the topic of atmospheric river, and here we are today having this conversation. You think about the insurance industry, the weather monitoring forecasting industry, in a race with the weather's winning currently. And so what we're doing is we're having to make investments in our technology, in our risk management strategies, in our risk characterization capabilities, so that we can better respond to today's weather. Too frequently, we fall in the trap where we're using yesterday's information, whether those be maps or historic experience, to guide today's decision making. And so what's happening with greater frequency is the investments being made today to upgrade our technology, to upgrade our capabilities, are being leveraged to make better decisions today.
Customize your data experience. BestLink now offers an interactive company dashboard that provides company-level intelligence in a fast, user-friendly interface featuring interactive tables, charts, and Sparkline performance histories. Customize the dashboard tiles to prioritize the insurer ratings, data, and analytics that best support your workflow. AM Best. Our insight, your advantage.
Could this ultimately have an impact on either the National Flood Insurance Plan, the NFIP, or the private market?
It absolutely affects both, and both have to be part of the solution. Both of those major players in our risk management strategy and our ability to take flood insurance risk and effectively spread it so that we can more quickly recover and so that we can have more sustainable communities. They have to be part of the solution. They have to work together. We have to think about pricing strategies so that, again, we can have flood insurance that works today and into the future. We have to think about capacity, how we can take global insurance capacity and bring it to bear to help respond to this increasing need. And we have to think about the catastrophe modeling community, how both the federal flood insurance program and the private industry can use current modern probabilistic models to better respond to today's needs.
As long as we're on the topic of the National Flood Insurance Plan, John, what's going on with the NFIP?
Well, it's a story we've heard many times. The NFIP continues to work through a congressional reauthorization. It's up again in the month of March. I know that both chambers, the House and the Senate, are working on funding measures to keep the NFIP operational. the short-term extensions that program has suffered under have not helped the program or helped homeowners in the country. And I think everybody that is involved in the flood insurance industry is looking for a longer-term solution for the NFIP. The other thing that we're challenged with the program, there are some reforms that are needed, and there is a lot that our elected representatives are attempting to accomplish in both chambers, and finding that bandwidth to focus on flood insurance can be a challenge when we're thinking about things like international conflict and inflation and border security. But that doesn't change the fact that flood insurance touches millions of people in our country. The floods affect everybody in this country, and so we do need help from Congress.
Back to the topic at hand, what's the lesson for the insurance industry and for policyholders as it pertains to atmospheric rivers?
I think the biggest lesson is just because you didn't flood yesterday, don't lull yourself into a false sense of security that you can't flood tomorrow. Changing weather patterns affect everybody. And yesterday's experience should not be guiding today's decisions. People should be thinking about their exposure in terms of risk today, not risk yesterday. And they should be talking with their insurance professional to help find solutions that work best for their specific needs. At Aon Edge, we talk about flood insurance that works for everybody. And so that has to be the insurance community. It has to be our builders. It has to be our insurance professionals. And it has to be our homeowners in our communities. And we talk about insurance that works for everybody. It means it has to be there in their time of greatest needs. It has to help them manage risk through very difficult times. And it has to respond to today's perils.
John, thank you so much for taking the time to speak with us today.
My pleasure. Thank you, John.
That was John Dickson, President and CEO of Aon Edge. And I'm John Weber for AM Best Audio. Looking to get the attention of the insurance industry? We have the platforms to do just that. Whether it be AM Best TV, AM Best Audio, Best Review Magazine, or Best Day, find out more by contacting our Advertising Services Business Development Team at 908-882-1706.